और भाई कैसे हो? तो चलिए सॉल्व करते हैं लीड कोड क्वेश्चन 3514, दैट इज नंबर ऑफ यूनिक एक्स और ट्रिपलेट्स 2. ओके, सो क्वेश्चन में गिवन क्या है? वी हैव गिवन इंटीजर array nums. ओके, and an XOR triplet defined as the XOR of three elements. Okay, return the unique XOR triplets values. Okay, we have to return the unique triplets value. So let's say I take three numbers I, j, k, right? I take their values, right? So that is nums of I XOR nums of j XOR nums of k. It gives me some value y. I have to tell unique y's. Unique y is equals to what? What are the constraints? Okay, constraints are small. See, both the things are less than equals to 500. Less than equals to 500 means what? I can safely say n cross n I can do, right? N square loop I can do. Okay, one, this is good thing. Okay, so always try to check the constraints and try to find out what the constraints generally are. If it's less than like 5,000, 2,000 or something, right? That means we can do a n square loop safely. Okay, now what does this means, right? Nums of I less than equals to 500, right? Okay, so let me ask you a question, right? See, given we have given, right, nums of I less than equals to 500, right? So what can be maximum value of XOR? Maximum value of XOR of any triplet possible. See, you have to answer this question in order to solve this question. See, we have discussed this question in previous video as well. So here is the link, right? Just on the top you can see the link for that. Okay, you can watch this also to get a clear understanding. I'll also explain it here. Okay, now see, in 500, right? Let's say in 1500, right? Let's say I have some X number of bits, right? So I have like, see, any X number. I don't know what is this X yet, right? We can always find out, right? How can we find out? Basically, you run a loop from like 31 to 0, right? And with what? We shift right, one right shift by I. So that is what it becomes. This value become right 2 raised to power I, and you take its end with end, right? So this only is one set bit, right? One set it, that is most significant bit, right? If it's true, we break this loop, right? That means we get the this MSB, right? Then the length will be what? Length equals to I plus 1. Okay. So here in our case it will be to 11, right? We this thing, right, 2 raised to power 10 is 1024. I know this one, and I don't expect everyone to know this, so you do this loop, right? So this maximum possible value, right, that we can have for this XOR, right, is 2048, right? So this is very big hint. You tell me, see, I can write, if I take, right, any I comma j pair, right, their XOR can be maximum value is what? 2048, right? Okay. See, if I have I XOR j, right, then if I take its XOR with some k, right, k can be any value, right? Then it will it be same as, right, the nums of, right, I XOR nums of j XOR nums of k? Yes, why? Because in XOR, order does not matter, right? Order does not matter. So what we are going to do, right? We'll first, right, we'll do one thing, right? We first find unique pairs, unique pair XOR, right? Let's say, right? And what will be its size, right? Its size will be maximum, right? Maximum is what? 2048, right? And how I'll find this? I'll do for I till n, for j till n, right? And if both of these cases, what happens, right? So I'll do, right, unique pairs. So unique pairs of XOR, right? Then what I will do, right? Nums of I XOR, right? Nums of j, basically I'll make it true. So this will be Boolean. Okay. Now, now what will be our next step? This will be step one, right? We need to find the triplets. Now tell me, I have these unique pairs XOR, right? So that means I have XOR values for I comma j pair, right? Now k is what? Again nums, right? So can I do this, right, for I till n? Then I do for j equals to 0 till what? Maximum, right? See, this maximum can be 2048, we know. So I'll check, right, if that means if I got this XOR value, right, if unique XOR pairs of j equals to true, that means if I got this j value, right, from XOR of any two, right, I comma j, right, any two numbers in my nums array, right, then only that's true, right? Then I take it's again XOR with that value, right? Then I take, right, again I will do one answer array, right? So we'll also do one answer array that will be max, right? So I'll say, right, answer of what? J XOR what? Nums of I, I'll do true. So now unique values will be equals to what? Unique value equals to what, right? We'll do for I equals to 0 till max, right? If what, right? If answer of I is true, we do our count, right? Plus plus, right? Then this count is our answer. So now tell me, what is time complexity? Time complexity of this pairs, right? This pair, it's n cross n, right? Now, what is time complexity of this one? This one is n cross maximum, right? This one is what? Maximum. So final time complexity is what? Right? So I'll say n cross n plus what? N cross maximum, right? Plus maximum. So this is our answer. Space complexity is what? Of maximum, right? Yeah, this is the answer. This is like, so this, right, always try to focus on this constraint, right? Once you got what, why you have this constraint, right? You have to ask that question. What does constraint less than equals to 1500 means, right? You see, constraint makes sense. It's not like they give you any value and you start doing anything, right? If you don't have constraint, you can always do a brute force loop, right? It will always solve the question. So make a habit to look at the constraints, and in all questions of, right, in all questions related to XOR, try to find a pattern and observation, right? You see, mostly XOR question, XOR bitwise, basically the question that involves bit operations are generally about the observation. If you get what they are trying to ask, right, it's, if it hit you, it hit you, right? Otherwise, it doesn't. It's simple. Okay. Okay, so let's quickly see the code part, right? One, what is the steps, right? One is what? XOR pair, right? Then two is what, right? XOR pair, right? It's XOR with nums, right? Then return the account. Okay, so what we'll do, right? Boolean, right? Boolean XOR pair, right? What is the max value, right? We have seen, right? Maximum possible is what? Anti max equals to what? 2048. That is next power, right? We have XOR pair, we have XOR triplet, right? I'll just say triplet. Okay, XOR triplet is again what, max plus 1. If this initialization is correct, okay. Then XOR pair, how can we find, right? 4 anti I equals to 0, I less than what? Nums dot size, right? I plus plus, right? Then what, right? 4 anti j equals to 0, j less than what? Nums dot size a plus plus. Now say this should be greater than equals to I, right? So we'll do like this. Then what, XOR, right? Pair of what? You say nums of I XOR, right? Nums of j. What I'll do, I will make it true basically, right? Okay, now then we have to take pair, right? Int I 0, right? I less than what, right? Nums dot size I plus plus, right? For each of these, right? I'll take, right, j equals to 0, j less than equals to what, max, right? J plus plus. And what do I do, right? If what? Not if, right? So I'll do XOR, right? Triplet of what? See, if this XOR pair, right, is present, right? If XOR pair of what? J, right? If this is true, then I'll take XOR triplet of what, right? This J XOR what, nums of I. I'll make it true. Now I have to count it. Let me count it here only, right? Count 0, right? So we'll check if this is not already true, right? If XOR trip of J, right? J or what, nums of I. So if it's already true, then just continue it, right? Because it's not unique then, right? Otherwise, we'll do this count plus plus, right? And we do one return count. XOR pair, triplet, this thing should work, right? Okay, what it is, right? Load of value, which is not a valid type of boolean. J, nums of I, right? Why they said it's not valid type of boolean? Right, load of value. I think these are containing garbage value initially. So we have to do set them false, right? And set what, XOR pair, right? Initial value is what we want, false. What size it would, max plus 1. Same we have to do for XOR trip, right? I think this is the problem, but let's see. Oh, see. Okay, this is fine now. Yeah, it's working. Thank you.